Hello everyone, we are finished in Detroit and now we're headed home. Let's show you what that journey looks like. Okay, we are in Taylor, Michigan. We have 243 miles or 67% on the battery. And it says we'll charge in Lima, Ohio again for 14 minutes. That's not bad. We'll see how it goes. So it's 20 degrees now. It'll be getting a little bit colder. So let's get on the road and see what happens. Well, hello everyone. You find us in Findlay, Ohio. And you know what? There's a supercharger here, isn't there? Anyway, we are deterred. We have been detoured. There is stopped traffic on I-75 South, and the Tesla saw that and told us to take the surface streets here. It's a little snowy, 19 degrees Fahrenheit. We are set to go to Lima, Ohio. It's a level 2 supercharger, excuse me, a version 2 supercharger, and there's only one available at the moment, and one is, now I guess they're all working. 1 out of 8 available on arrival is what it says. So, and we should arrive with 12%, 13%. We're doing better since we're going so slow. But it is nice to be off the highway just for a minute, even if we're going slower, because it would be completely stopped altogether if we were on I-75. So I do appreciate that feature, and that's standard on a Tesla. You have to have the premium connectivity to see the traffic jam, but it will always route you based on it. So, a good trip so far. You have any thoughts?
I was just going to say, you're right, there was a charger in Findlay, but we were already past that.
Oh, okay. Well, hopefully we'll have to wait, because I don't think we can stretch it. Well, I guess if we're going 50 miles an hour, we might be able to stretch it. But I don't think we're going to be able to stretch it to the next supercharger.
No, I think the next one would be Dayton, maybe. I don't think we can make it that far.
Not one of them Piqua or anything. Well, and you know, and this would be one of those things where if we had a CCS adapter, you know, it would give us the most flexibility. This car, you could have, you might think, well, I thought that's why you guys buy Teslas, is for the supercharger network. Well, yeah, but you know, in a situation like this, it's not, you know, it's, more options are better. So our efficiency on this current drive is 311 watt hours per mile. We have been basically preconditioning for fast charging the whole trip. And if you look at the consumption page, it says it's used battery conditioning is used. Well, that only says 0.5, but it's increased usage based on battery preconditioning. So we, you know, what's funny is this car shows the weather radar, which is cool. It's also cool that there wasn't any snow on it. So I guess there is snow on it, as it turns out. So I thought we looked at it earlier and there wasn't any snow. But I guess there is a little lake effect snow here. Not sure. I didn't remember reading that on the forecast, but alas, here we are. So yeah, heat pump's nice. Everything's going great. No problems. I appreciate going slow as opposed to going 0 or going very, very, very slow. So yeah, let's see if we have to wait at the supercharger, which wouldn't be great. The problem, see, and this is the problem with version 2 superchargers. If they're full, you only get 75. So you know you get 150 max, but they're shared. So if you're right next to someone, then you're only getting 75. So maybe we can find a snack or something, because it may take us a few minutes. You're only supposed to be there for, oh, now it's saying 31 minutes, probably because it's full. It did say 15 minutes. And if there was a nearby, I think I need to buy a CCS adapter, because if there was a nearby, I don't know if there is, but if there was a nearby CCS charger, then we could just go there. This would be a perfect instance where it'd be nice to have that option. because it's going to take considerably longer to charge at the Lima supercharger. Let's see. Oh, so there's 2 available now, so maybe we won't have to share a cabinet. But it is super nice that it shows you, what it expects will be available when you get there. FSD is really doing really well. I should probably show what version of the software that we're on. Full self-driving supervised 13.2.2. So it's remarkable and exceptional on the highway. I'm blown away. I mean, on the city streets, we've used it in the city, and there's things come up, but it's done well. It does things like scooch over for a truck. It does things like if a truck is on the side of the road with the what are those things called? Triangles, to warn you if that if they're broke down, it will change lanes altogether. So I don't know. This is really good. I'll have to say that. What do you have any thoughts about FSD being in a passenger?
No, other than to say that I too have been impressed with it. I think at first it's a bit unnerving, but I really haven't thought much about it on the return trip because I've gotten used to it, and it does fairly well. There was one time today that gave us pause because the car needed to get in the left lane to take an exit ramp, and it sort of cut off a truck to do that. Yeah, the guy wasn't real happy. I think it was all within the margin of safety, but and then yesterday, I don't think we recorded it, but it needed to get over lanes, and it really couldn't because there was traffic there, and so I don't know if it would have solved it by itself. Maybe we should let it go, but I just overrode it, but that's really twice in the whole trip. I mean, that's kind of it. So I can't say enough good things about it. It really, not having to touch the wheel at all, and again, that's only twice that I've had to touch the wheel, so pretty much, and I've never been like a FSD dreamer. I've never said
turn left onto State Route 235.
I've never been, oh, this is absolutely happening. I've been a skeptic, to be honest, because what I've seen hasn't been impressive. But with this new hardware 4 and version 13, this is going to make cross-country travel. This is something that I would definitely pay for the $99 a month, if maybe period, but certainly if I'm on a trip, because it's you have so little to do. The stress level is way down. Even like navigating complicated interchanges. I mean, it does better than I am. I mean, I don't have to think about it. It knows and it goes. So I don't know. I'm very happy. Well, let's see. We should be at the supercharger in 21 minutes. Seems like a long time, but alas, here we are. I think we're getting back on the highway. Let's see how we do here.
Now turn left onto State Route 235.
Okay, we've arrived at the Lima supercharger with 15%, and thankfully we are not sharing a cabinet, so we're getting almost full speeds that it can offer us at 142. And let's hope it says we need to be here 20 minutes. The snow has picked up. Our usage has been 317 watt-hours per mile. So in the wind, it's very windy and cold. Supercharging. So if we don't want to stay here the full 20 minutes, we could go to Dayton North, which is Oh, 325 kilowatt max. Oh, that's interesting. Is that a version 4? It is. That would be kind of cool to go there. That's right on the way. So we'll see how long we want to stay here. We're getting full speeds, at least for a version 2 at 144 kilowatts. We can see what the temps are if we go into software. And go into service mode. And then it kicks the heat off. I'll kick it back on. High voltage system. Charging. $37.25C min and max is 51C. So we're pulling what we can get out of this charger, and we'll see how long we want to stay here. While we're here, let's look at the HVAC. Yeah, that's kind of cool. That's the octo valve. Doesn't that look like something that you would, is that like an ant race? What is going on here? I don't understand any of this. But I know it's nice and warm in here. So we'll see how long we end up staying here, and then go on either home or to the next supercharger. Okay, we finished up our charging here. We have added 44 kilowatts. It ran full speed for a really good charging session for a version 2. It's very cold and windy here. We have snow, as you can see, but the snow is not on the radar, which is really cool and exciting. So it says we'll arrive home at 15%. We're gonna go get something to eat, and there are bailout options if we need to charge down the road. But it's been a good charging session here, and yeah, let's see what else we get into and see what we can get home with. And I'll actually do a maybe I'll remember to actually do a roundup conclusion part of the video when we get home. Hello everyone, forgive the darkness here. We just made it home, and I wanted to update you on the trip. First, starting with the stats. Basically, the whole trip was 623 miles at 185 kilowatt hours, or 297 watt hours per mile, which is 3.37 miles per kilowatt hour. And the last leg of the trip, since we charged in the snow and in the cold, it was 140 miles, or 41 kilowatts, 293 watt hours per mile, or 3.41 miles per kilowatt hour at 12 degrees Fahrenheit, or minus 11 C. I have to say, the FSD on the highway is next level. There is not another system better or equal to this on the highway, for sure. And if there is a claim of that, and if you think I'm hyperbolic or a fanboy, I haven't been, and I'm not. I've been highly skeptical of FSD, and I'm not sure when we'll make it to level 5. But I can tell you right now, based on what I just did, coming from Detroit to Cincinnati in a very cold winter's night, I'm literally blown away by how good it was. In fact, it did such a good job and so boring I actually decided to just drive myself just for something to do. That's how good it was. So, and that's a nice problem to have. So, I would advise you not to take my word for it, but to go to the Tesla store and try this out. And on the highway in particular. It's also good in the city, but it absolutely is blown away. I was blown away by the highway driving. Yeah, I love this car. It's an improvement in every way. This is my first road trip in a new car, and this is an improvement in every way over my 2020 model, from a noise, vibration, harshness to the acceleration to the, but mainly in the efficiency. Just, you know, this heat pump and the octo valve, you know, you almost have to experience it to believe it. This was a challenging situation for any EV, and for it to be this good when it's this cold, I really can't wait to try it on a road trip when it's 70 degrees. I don't know if it does 3.41 miles per kilowatt hour and 12 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 11 Celsius. I mean, you have to be getting close to 5 when it's 72 or 75 degrees. So I've seen the highway range test and it does amazing. This again is a long range rear wheel drive car. And yeah, I don't have anything bad to say about it. This has been an amazing trip. I do want to thank you for watching. Sorry we didn't get as much footage as perhaps we should have, given with the weather and just trying to get to a certain destination by a certain time. It wasn't ideal. So I do thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Please give us a like and subscribe, and also don't worry if you're not a Tesla person, that's fine. We also have an ID4. We'll be continue to cover non-Tesla cars, but I'm not sure what could have done as well as this in this trip that we just did from an efficiency standpoint. And not to mention traction. The traction was amazing. You know, we never slipped a tire as far as the indication was on the screen. So I'd like to hear your thoughts. If you tried FSD version 13, what's been your experience on hardware 4? The difference between hardware 4 and hardware 3 is, you know, there's no comparison, at least on the highway, because I don't think the hardware 3 cars will get the, you know, single stack for highway driving. So anyway, thanks for watching. A little rambling, but I do appreciate everyone watching, and we will see you on the next one.